How is everyone today?
Fine.
Yes, we're good.
We're good, we're good.
Let me join content.
Nice to meet you all. Today I'm going to be speaking about
Content over everything.
love, peace and love. And how humanity at this time, we need this. So now, how did I, Ramon Powell, find love? I had to go inside. But why is love? Love is God. True or not true?
True.
Love has to be God. Of course. No. But God is, to my perception of God is everything. No. Yeah, but listen, I found love. So anyway, at the moment on planet Earth, we're going through a conscious shift. Our awareness is coming onto ourselves, and we are understanding as a collective that the force of this universe is from within us. Of course, you must believe this. So now, anyway, what brought me to love? I'm from Birmingham. So,
2-1 in the building.
Birmingham, man. London, my beautiful people. United. But anyway, I grew up in Birmingham. I went to a Catholic school. As I went to this Catholic school, obviously Jesus, God was all introduced because it's Catholic. But there was just a part of it that I couldn't fully, I believe in Jesus Christ and the actions and the way he was living, but I knew I had my own purpose here to live by as well. So anyway, I was a Catholic. I went to school. After I went to school, I started studying consciousness because I came from a very spiritual family, very spiritual, and I've experienced so many spiritual things in my lifetime. Like, okay. So one example, from the age of 5, I was aware of energies. So I moved to this house when I was 5 years old, and I felt very negative because the energy it gave me was like there's something dark in auras, energy and everything. So, yeah, of course. Yes. Of course, I agree. So anyway, I moved into this house, and when I moved into this house, I straight away had a feeling of like just dark energy. So anyway, because I came from a house I was living for 5 years, from 1 to 5, and it was fine. I never felt I had a few experiences, but not that I can remember. Only my mum knows these experiences that I had at them ages. But anyway, from the age of 5, I moved into this house, and I felt energy. So anyway, for the 3 years that I was there, I experienced a lot of things. Now, one of the main things I experienced was, and I expressed this to you guys because it's you guys must know this because this is part of my truth. So anyway, I used to wake up in the middle of the night, and no lie, I used to wake up in the middle of the night, I used to see my mum in front of me. And my mum used to be in bed. But anyway, this was a recurring issue. I kept seeing my mum. But anyway, this frightened me at first. So at first I used to wake up at 5 years old, I would see her and I'd be like, Mum. But I would get no reply. So anyway, I woke up in the morning and said to my mum, Mummy, I see you in the morning. Because what it is I'm not dreaming at this time. Like, obviously we have dreams.
What did that experience mean for you then?
So basically, let me just finish. So anyway, I used to see my mum a lot. So then I told my mum, but my mum's very spiritual. My brothers, they're not as spiritually inclined as in, they weren't, you don't have to nod your head, brother. This is just, I'm speaking.
I'm just nodding my head, bro.
Okay, oh, sorry. But anyway,
Spirituality is matter.
what's that, brother?
The truth that you speak about spirituality is subjective, you know that?
The
truth is one, bro. The truth is one.
Of course, it's one truth, but we've all got different experiences. All of us have a different experience.
We experience the reality that we're living in different.
Of course.
Our truth is one.
Of course, no.
Hey, bro, allow that, man. Allow that.
That's okay. It's okay. But yes, because it's oneness. It's peace and love. But we come on.
It's a spiritual truth.
So anyway, I used to experience and see my mum a lot. Anyway, so then it come to a point where I would see her so much, I would play out the same action. So what I would do would see her, I would turn my head, turn back, and she will not be there. So anyway, this was a reoccurring problem. One day, my mama said to me, Ramon, put a Bible next to your bed, and just for like, no. And I put one there because I was frightened at that age. Anyway, it stopped happening. So, I was frightened of obviously seeing my mother, and obviously she was in bed at this time. So obviously I was frightened of what I was experiencing. That's what I was frightened of, the unknown.
Supernatural.
So that's it, paranormal activity. So anyway.
I normally put a garlic by my bed, that helps.
Okay, fair enough. That's garlic. But anyway, for 3 years, my mum experienced a lot of things, and then I grew. I was still in a Catholic school to the age of 11. So anyway, I moved. I obviously now experiencing the things that I experienced and talking to them about my brothers with them. They weren't experiencing these things, so I felt, okay, why am I going through this and they are not? But I have came from a very spiritual family, which certain members of the family experience a lot of spiritual things. You know what I mean?
Because they experience things, that makes you spiritual.
Well, it's everyone's spiritual.
No, but you have to, like these, like look, people
What's
throw around this word spirituality
Yeah.
too much.
But-
And when you actually speak about spirituality, like he's making it such a broad term, spirituality. Spirituality is meditation.
Yeah, but I know, I'm
Spirituality
not
is so many
finished
different
yet.
things.
Yeah,
Look,
of course.
Wait,
I'm not
let
even
me
finished
speak.
yet,
This
brother.
is
I'm not
what's going wait.
Go on.
Spirituality, from what I see, is looking into the metaphysical. But
Of
you just
course.
say spirituality. So what about your spiritual, bro?
So
For your experiences, you only told us one
No,
experience.
I'm
I've
coming,
experienced
coming.
many things.
I
man.
know, I'm not saying you
Many
haven't,
things.
but I'm saying.
And from the
I'm just
experiences
bringing-
that I've been through,
Yes.
I converted to Islam, alhamdulillah.
fair
You
enough,
understand?
fair
So
enough,
what
brother.
spirituality are you
So-
upon?
But it's
What-
all
I'm-
love.
no,
It's all love.
Robert,
It's all
please
love. We're just
continue
a
your story.
reflection
Yes,
of
yes,
each other.
Okay,
So-
how many times a day do you think of the Most High?
Every single second. You know
Okay,
why?
and how you, and how, and
Who is the Most High?
God,
We
the
have the
creator
Most
of
High.
all.
No. Yeah, but we have the Most High
There's
within
a-
us. We have the. All right,
we are
look.
all energy,
No.
we're not vibration.
We have the Most High within us. True or not
no,
true?
we don't.
But how can you disconnect yourself?
We have a soul.
You have your soul, but that's
that was
connected.
given to us from the
But
Most
no,
High.
but it's
But
connected
we
to
don't
the
have the
Most
Most
High
High within us.
No. But how can you not?
Okay, so you're saying that you're God then, yeah?
We all are.
You're not God. How are you?
No.
Okay,
No,
who created-
Brother,
wait.
we all
You're
are.
not God.
How can we
You're
not
God.
be?
You're not God.
Everything outside of you is inside of you.
Spirituality.
So no, let me finish.
Can you tell us next week's lottery numbers?
No, listen.
This is what I mean, bro.
No,
You're not
listen,
God.
let me finish. No, let me finish. So anyway.
Your body is your temple, yeah. Your body is
So
your temple.
anyway.
But you're
I
not the-
experienced a lot of spiritual things growing up. This made me study.
You've only been one thing to
No, let me finish. Let me finish. So anyway, I experienced a lot of spiritual things. Then I went into consciousness, because obviously consciousness is our awareness. So because I was experiencing different things, obviously my awareness was out there, like, aliens and all these little things, my mind was out like, why am I experiencing these things? And how come it's not being expressed in schools? And these things and that, you know what I mean? So anyway, I got to the age of 19, I started studying consciousness and like indigenous tribes and all these things anyway. But anyway, ancient, all these things. So anyway, everything, yeah, so Egypt, all
I know exactly what you're
I
talking
know, I'm not saying you don't, brother.
Let's
Yes.
just
So
all,
anyway,
let's all
so
unite.
anyway,
Let's unite,
I went into spirituality. So anyway, consciousness. So as I started studying consciousness. Can you prove it, brother? Can I prove what? No. This is I'm just letting you know my experience, because we've all got an experience.
So your message is to us what?
My message to you is that we are all love, love and peace, and
And like you
we
said,
have the
energy,
power. Look, we have a higher
we
self.
all have
We our higher
vibration,
intentions.
love,
We know how to move
higher
like this.
vibration.
We see God outside of us, but we see God. All right, then that we can move in a God manner on earth.
Did you create this reality?
No. I'm creating it now through my thoughts.
No, wait. Your mom gave birth to you.
Of course.
Your mom gave birth to you.
Of course.
Did you see your mom give birth to you?
Of course.
No. You experienced your mom give birth to you, but did you see you coming out of your mom's vagina? Did you see that?
Obviously, at the time, I can't answer that.
Because you was created by your mother, who created all of the humans.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying. No. I'm not saying
when I
we've been
speak about God,
created.
you have to.
No. But please, brother.
You don't understand what I'm saying.
I do understand, because we have been created, but we are part of that creation.
No, but who created us?
Yes. The creators. I'm not. I'm saying. What I'm saying is.
Consciousness and universal.
Yes,
that's
I
what
know.
ego
That's
says.
me as well.
Seven chakras and
Yes,
nine,
that's me as well.
But I know what you're talking about.
I know.
Let's speak about the Most High.
No.
You just said yourself is God.
No, we all have a piece of God inside of us.
No.
How don't we?
No.
How can we not?
The only reason why you say that is because you have a soul.
reality.
We create it through our thoughts.
Okay, but if we make our reality,
single human being
when
make
you're
their own
gonna die,
reality.
Yes.
but
No, but what do you
This will
take?
exist
What?
and will go away.
Okay. So I
the
believe.
reality is not your reality.
No. But you're here to experience reality and experience this. So yes,
And
you
you're here to
are a
worship
being
as well.
that's experienced this reality.
Sure.
So which is you, which is obviously is my point is God is love.
No,
So
God
no.
is not love. God, that's an attribute.
No. Yes. But I'm saying peace and love. So anyway, let me
So
finish.
what's the message?
My message is peace and love.
To
To what? To this here on earth.
Okay, is your message gives us any rules and regulations? How
No. What you have to do? No. Okay. You live accordingly to your conscious manner, but obviously in a God way. How God would want you to live on here. No. How God would want you to
Okay,
live.
wait.
Mind, body, and soul.
If let's say tomorrow, consciously, my God says, I would cheat somebody and to gain something for myself. Am I allowed?
Say that again. Sorry.
You say whatever our conscious.
Yeah. But obviously in peace and love, not.
How? Not in peace and love. I will try to cheat somebody, but nobody will know. But it will gain me. That's my conscious saying to me. Am I right?
No.
You're saying we make our own reality.
Yes.
We are God within us.
Yeah, but see them actions there. You know yourself when you make actions. You know from your inner core if it was right or wrong.
Yes.
So if it's wrong to you, you know you should.
Where that right and wrong from inside?
Inside,
You came from?
obviously, creator. That's the part of us. That's our initial thing. That's our.
Okay, so what did you call that creator?
That creator is God. Obviously, the universe, God, all of it.
Does this God have any rules and regulations?
There's righteous path. There's a righteous path.
What is the righteous path?
The righteous path is consciously to you because it's individual. We are here.
Do what I think is right.
But you.
To do what the God says is right.
No, but you have to do what you believe is right because you, in your conscious state, knows how to correctly maneuver in this reality.
But a Christian or a Hindu
Yeah.
or a Muslim, in their own head,
Yes.
they say my conscious or my claim is right. So how, if we say
Well,
that there is
religion
one
creates
God?
separation. We
This
are
is
all
it.
one.
I'm
We are
asking a
all
question.
Okay.
If the three parties, let's say the Jew, the Christian, and the Muslim,
Yes.
yeah, they say this is the reality.
Okay.
This is my God or my conscience says.
But
we know in reality there should be one.
One.
Truth.
Yes.
So how we gonna choose the one truth?
See what? Okay then. How I answer that is, okay then. We all experience in life. We all know how to fully consciously move in ourselves. To make this
After
planet.
you speak, I just want to tell you a point. After you finish your point.
Oh, that's fine, brother.
Wait,
So
wait,
anyway.
wait, let him speak. I wanna
experience do you have? You see
actually speak.
Oh yes, I know. But I just want to
speak
give.
to him
I
after,
just
I'm
want to
speak
give
to
off my experience. So you guys. So
But
I.
it's your experience,
Of
and
course.
brother, it's
Hey,
subjective.
let me speak.
No. But I'm saying to
He
you.
hasn't actually given us his experience. Let him
So
tell
let me
us.
speak.
Let me do this,
So
let me do
anyway.
this.
So I got
on.
to 20 years old. I started studying consciousness and started understanding that it comes from the heart.
Okay.
Our heart. How we maneuver. We should live by our
Yeah, heart
heart.
should be beautiful.
Beautiful,
Yes, pure.
constantly pure. So anyway, there would obviously I researching in consciousness. It was like there's going to be a shift in our awareness.
if
From
our
2012.
heart
A
is pure
shift
and
in our
clean,
perspective.
it
How we
comes
can.
This is
No,
pure
no.
science, you know.
Regularly.
What's that? Sorry.
So it comes back
Okay,
to the heart should
yes,
be
but I'm
pure.
saying we are now obviously studying consciousness stuff. Obviously, we're coming.
Wait. You said that you studied consciousness, yeah? But what have you found out about consciousness? Do you believe that in meditation you can reach other higher levels of
course,
consciousness?
because
No, but look, you said that you studied consciousness, but you're not going deeper into it.
But you haven't even started. I've just started,
but
brother.
what you're talking about
I'm
is
telling a story.
Let him
Let me
finish, let
finish,
him
No,
brother.
because
I'm
you said that he
meditating,
studied.
brother.
No, because what? Look,
Because you don't let him
no, wait,
finish.
stop.
No, but
Okay,
Give him another 5 minutes, Dick.
Now let me speak.
No, 15 minutes.
So anyway.
bro.
Yeah, that's fine, brother.
After you go
Brother,
ahead.
it's all love, brother.
Bro,
Go on.
it's a Hyde Park.
Of course.
Make your, like in the business world says, your PowerPoints.
Yes, of course. I know what you're saying. So anyway, I started studying consciousness, but that made me go into meditation and stuff because, for me, this outside world, what was going on, I couldn't adapt. I couldn't adapt to just going to work, get a job, and then our life's finished, we pay off a mortgage. To me, that wasn't life. To me, that wasn't the truth. You know what I mean? So anyway, I started meditating and stuff, and then this a shift in my awareness, my personal awareness came because obviously I went and had Bible studies, Jehovah's Witnesses, and I couldn't. I believe certain aspects, but I couldn't find that inner belief.
Did you research in other Abrahamic faiths?
Yeah. Even the Quran, I've read bits of the Quran and stuff. So
When you read the bits, what did you get out of it?
you know what it is? Because I believe personally that within myself I can construct how I vision and how I see myself in this reality. It's like it all comes from within.
Okay,
So
let me say something to you.
Okay.
Okay, look, we are both human.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one truth about us.
Yes.
Yeah, we've come from a mother.
Yes.
That's another truth.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. You will never see reality from my point of view.
Of course,
Wait,
that's-
wait, let me speak. And I will never see reality from your point of view, and you will never see reality from my point of view.
Of course.
Yeah. Death is also truth. Yeah. And what happens after death is also another truth. And these are just what is.
Yeah, but
this,
see-
wait. This is just something that I will call, obviously, a natural order, yeah?
Of course.
Because look, what you're saying right now is all very subjective.
Okay.
Yeah, but when you stand upon something that's objective and that's real about the reality that we're living in, then you have to say something that will
Of course.
challenge my views.
Of course.
You understand what I mean? Because at the moment, what happens after you die, bro?
No. So
Wait. No, this is my question to
Well,
you.
no.
What happens after you die,
So
bro?
I believe obviously after you
you
die.
understand? What happens after you die?
I believe. No. That is it. I can't answer that.
we've been
All
told by the
I can
prophets,
answer
bro.
is how I maneuver on this planet while I'm here. I must maneuver in peace and love. And unity,
that's true,
that's it.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So what I can't answer the question, how what happens when we pass away?
Could you unite with the enemy?
Get that message,
Okay.
love and peace.
Peace, yes.
But you cannot live in love and peace
Okay,
around the world in a society
No,
which
but-
needs law.
Conditions
No,
society,
I understand.
Babylon
No.
Central,
But you can still.
money
No.
materialism.
Why can't? No.
As a
But you
human,
can
we
know.
need law in our
but
daily life.
No. But fair enough. But I understand that. But I understand that as well. That you can move in peace and love. Why in daily life? Individual.
can.
Individual. How you operate in your life.
Yes.
You know. You must maneuver.
I was seeing the police here.
Of course, it's just anyway. But anyway, so I went into meditation and stuff, and then I had a conscious shift, like in awareness. It came to me. I went inside, started studying more. You know, my
Astral
brother,
travel,
everything.
third eye,
Yes.
all of this,
All
all
that-
the chakra points,
all of
ley
this.
lines of the earth.
Anyway.
All of that,
So I started studying this, and then I obviously, once I started studying this, I started going inside myself, which then made me started studying more about the body, what we need in our daily life to eat and maneuver in a better way. You know, mind, body, and soul. You know, obviously natural food. Natural food reacts with us, and then when natural food reacts,
We're not nature.
we're connected. We're connected.
Okay, let me just make a very valid.
So
Aki,
basically,
bro,
when you love and peace, and,
Yes,
and you want
but-
to live in harmony with
Of
nature.
course.
But there is somebody who doesn't like you doing that, and you want to come and take that away from you. What will you do?
Me, I would, I have no judgment on that person who has that.
Talking about
Why
the
not?
force. The force.
But let me
He's
speak
gonna
about.
come
You want to speak about nature, bro? You want to speak
and
about
envy your
nature?
peace
Yeah.
and love.
Yes.
You want to take away it from you.
Say that again, sorry. Say that
Yeah,
again.
because you live in peace and love.
Of course,
right?
yes.
And somebody envy you for that.
Somebody
wants to
doesn't
come
like your idea.
Yes.
And you want to take it away.
What I do
away
is
from
send
what
them
will you
love.
do?
I send them love. I just send
They
them
will
love.
send
somebody
you
punches you,
missile,
what are you
they
gonna
will
do?
send
You know what?
missile.
I send them love.
No, you can't.
No. You saying you know you can't, but you have control.
So as a man,
Yes.
if somebody comes and physically tries to hurt you, what are you gonna do? Send them love?
I'm gonna protect myself.
Okay, now wait. Okay, do you
But
want to speak about nature? 'Cause
Nature's
you're-
connected to us.
No, okay, no, not now. This is not. What does nature show you?
Nature shows. You know what? No. What does
Okay,
nature?
okay, wait, look at the grass. Look at the
I
earth.
mean, what?
It just grows.
Look at this.
Just like
Yeah?
us.
It grows. Look,
Yes.
this earth. Where does this come from?
But ain't we connected?
Wait,
Ain't the earth a living soul itself?
Let me
Ain't
make.
the earth a
Let me
living
make a
soul
point.
itself?
Let me make a point.
Yes.
This comes from where? The earth.
Of course.
The trees come from where?
Yes.
The earth. Bushes come from where?
But what are we
The earth.
connected
No,
to?
no. Look, all that shows me,
Yeah.
in my analysis that I've made,
Okay.
is that everything has to come from something.
Of course.
The earth gives this
life, yes.
gives this life.
Yes.
Yeah. And look,
We-
this
we
is
have-
all that
I'm not
shows
saying
you.
we haven't, no.
Yeah?
I'm not saying we
and somebody,
haven't.
and some,
I'm not saying-
No, but
I'm
he
not
doesn't
saying-
believe in a creator though. He
Why
doesn't believe-
don't I?
You just said that you're the creator, bro.
We have
He
part
said
of
you're
the
God.
creator inside
He said
of
he's
us.
God.
You know, like,
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is self-sustaining.
one second. When you pray to God, yeah. When you pray as one second.
No. It's okay.
One second. When you pray as a Muslim to God, yeah, you put your head on the ground.
Okay.
So you get connected to the ground, because that's why. But that's why the Prophet said,
Yeah, but, okay.
Allah ja'al al-ard masjidan wa tahura. Allah made the earth a place for prostration.
Of course.
So every day, me for the last 15 years, I've been putting my head. Look at my head.
Yes, okay.
It's got a big mark on it.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I keep on putting it.
Somebody was hitting on your head.
No. I've got a mark on my head because I keep praying on the floor,
Fair
on the
enough.
earth. I don't pray on carpet like a lot of Muslims.
Yes.
A lot of Muslims pray on carpet. This is wrong. That's a
No.
lie.
That is wrong. You mustn't judge. It's not. You mustn't judge. See. So anyway, let me finish. me finish. So anyway. I started studying consciousness, started going inside the body. I started studying about the body, like natural foods.
Let him talk. Get your carpet and come back. Let him talk.
So anyway, I started studying about the body and obviously how the body maneuvers, you know. Am I a doctor? No, I'm not a doctor. But it was just obviously. I started. So anyway. Yes.
And cells are the most memorable. You know how much.
So anyway, brother, let me speak, brother.
You know you're walking ancestors.
Brother.
You're coming to me with spirituality, but bro, I've been hearing this guy speak for how long, and he ain't.
No, but I'm not even there because everyone's jumping in, brother. Come on, bro, we're speaking. So anyway, I started studying about the body, mind, but obviously going inside the body, what foods naturally react with us and make us feel, but in this reality, you know, because it's all about, obviously we consume foods, we just eat all external. Obviously we interpret the world, we interpret the world. I give it. So anyway, we interpret the world, obviously, outside in. So obviously, how we grow, we just get given food, you know, unnatural food, and we just eat. We go along our life, we have insecurities, we have fears, we have worries. All these things take over our mind, you know, in our daily natural life. And I used to walk around with a lot of insecurities, you know. How do you fix the insecurity? You have to love yourself.
You too. Yeah.
How do we do that? How do you love ourselves?
So how do I recommend you love yourself? By actually loving yourself. So there's layers to love it. So first you have to accept yourself for who you are. You know,
what about don't drink alcohol?
Listen, alcohol. See if you can drink and be in a conscious manner still. Then this is if you're drinking to a point where you're not being your true self, then that is wrong. I believe that is wrong.
No, not about that. No, even if you drink a moderate, you'll get addicted.
Yeah, it's still
No, but listen.
And there's also been a study.
I know what you're saying, but
no
this is
alcohol
part.
is better for you.
No, but listen, this is part of our experience. You mustn't.
Your experience is subjective. Wait. Your experience is subjective. Yeah. Like I mentioned to this brother before. Yeah. His reality is subjective to him. The truth that we stand upon.
I'm only giving you mine. I'm not telling you.
Look, me and you are human. That's the truth.
So let me finish. Anyway,
me and you are
started studying the body. And I had already. But first, let me get some.
Drink some water. About the does he agree or not?
You know, even water is not from nature.
He was drinking Miranda,
I'm still got
Fresh water.
So how, bro, how your message gonna change?
You know what?
Common man's life.
Okay then. So
in every day?
my message is just basically to help people that, you know, in our natural everyday life we can operate in a better manner. So obviously by feeding ourselves, by training, exercise, meditation, being out in nature, you know.
If I don't have money to feed my family, shall I give them love or go?
Can I just say one thing? You know what he said? Wait. What are you doing?
What's that, bro?
No, relax. Relax, bro.
We support the.
That's it, but that shouldn't be no joke. That's cool. So anyway, I started studying more about the body, and studying more about the body, I found more love. On myself. So I found more love on myself. So anyway, I started asking myself, why do I hold these insecurities to me? You know, one of my personal insecurities. Come on, everyone listening. One of my personal insecurities. I moved around with this insecurity for the whole of my life. But after feeding, what is this?
This is Saudi Colombo, by the way.
Hey, bro, no one's looking at your lips, bro. Bro, no one's watching your lips, bro.
This is Saudi spy.
What's this? My lips?
It doesn't matter.
I think
Saudi spy.
Is it your first time speaking Kona?
Oh yeah, my first time.
Mad soon, don't worry.
Yeah, it's fine, man. We all love, man. So anyway. So I started. So that's it. Exercise, mind, body, and soul.
What happens after you die? What happens to you after you die, man?
what is
Your
this?
excuse, the toilet is this way.
What do you mean?
Oh, this is. You are man, not woman.
Bro, no, uncle, man.
Sorry.
No, let me speak. So anyway, I was walking around my life with these insecurities, and I realized, why am I walking around with insecurities? You know, one of my major insecurities was having a big head. You know, I carried this all my life. You know, big head and all these things, you know, my brothers, cousins,
yeah,
you know, all
yeah,
these
yeah,
things.
you go.
Yeah, obviously, you
Yeah,
know,
that's what you're talking about,
naturally.
yeah.
So anyway, I've got a size 11 foot, 5'8". I'm 5'8". So anyway, no, it's fine, man. No, I'm only giving.
Hello, please, excuse me. Change this white.
Change this white.
Yeah, please. This is black. I not love black. I want white, please.
So anyway.
Nah, he didn't mean it like that, man.
So anyway, I started studying more about the body, and then I started realizing why am I walking around with these insecurities, you know. I found more love on myself.
Maybe because you're scared of death, bro. Maybe because you don't know what happens after you die.
No, it's in this reality. It's here right now. I'm here right now, bro.
No, but look,
I'm here right now,
no, but look,
experiencing life.
As I've said to you before, yes. Our reality is like you will never see reality from my point
Of course not.
and I will never see reality from
Of course
your
not.
point of view.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Bro, let me speak.
Go on.
Yeah. And like I said to you, I'm not saying anything new to this, brother. Yeah?
Of course.
Me and you are humans.
Of course.
And that's the truth.
Of course.
Yeah. We will all die.
But
wait. Let me speak, bro. We will all die. That's another truth. We all came from our mothers. That's another truth. Okay. We were created by the Most High. That's another truth. What happens after we die? That's another truth. This is this is a natural order, bro. You don't know about the natural order. You don't know about the natural order. Me, I've been told by the prophets. That's why. I'm trying shit.
Islam, yeah?
Nah. It's truth. Wallahi, it's truth. Wallahi, it's truth. How about that?
Everything. That's what Islam is about.
I never said
No
matter what you
are
judge, they
saying,
will come
everything
and
that
be
you
judged, right?
said, yeah, that's what Islam teaches.
Yeah, but let me finish. So anyway, so I started studying more, obviously, about food. I got rid of my insecurities, and obviously I started growing like little things I was insecure about my hair. I grew my hair and stuff, you know, got more in tune with myself, found more love on myself, and then realized, you know, the universe, you know, how we project it and we see it is from the outside in, but really we should project it from the inside out. You know, how we should all move in our own power, you know, individually, you know, even females and males, we should all be equal, you know, end of. What do you mean by equal? Equal as in we all have equal in ourselves, you know. That's it, you know what I mean?
You don't mean equal capabilities.
Equal, no, we all have our own, we all are unique. We all have unique, we are unique, but it's up to you to find your uniqueness. You have to find your uniqueness. So anyway, so like, so spirituality, so I started spirituality, that's fine, brother. Just let me speak, brother. Come on, brother. I know. You've been here before, man. Come on, brother. So anyway, I started studying, obviously experiencing more spiritual things. You know, like in even my dream state. I'm no. You can't nudge your head.
He's saying, bro. You said that you've experienced. Wait, this guy's saying that he's experienced. Wait. You're saying that you experienced things. You've only asked once experience.
In my dream
He hasn't experienced anything.
Carry on, in your dream state, go on.
In my dream state, I'm very conscious. Very awake.
Lucid dreaming, yeah?
Lucid dreaming, you know.
So why didn't you just say that, bro?
I'm finishing, brother.
He's being very
No, but I'm starting and you just...
No, I can't.
Brother, listen,
Speak to school now, bro.
Anyway, lucid dreaming, you know, and learning how that in my dreams, I was able to create, like, I was able to move in my dreams and create my dream. Does that make sense?
No one knows.
So I was able to do things in my dream, with my mind, and create my dream as I was in my dream. So anyway, come on, lads, come on.
Yeah, judgment day will come and you will be judged.
So you say...
No, but the judgment, no, let me finish. So anyway, like obviously, so my lips, man, dry, man. Sorry guys. You still going on, man.
You know, it makes you thirsty.
I like what you're saying. What was you saying about the lucid dreaming?
So anyway, so I started, I've been into my dreams all my life, but basically I started learning that I could control my dreams. I could be in my dreams and do what I like. You know what I mean? Consciously, you know, do. So I would just be conscious in my dreams. So I'll give you an experience. One time, obviously now, I was in a dream, and what sparked it was one of my mum's boyfriend. He goes to me, Remy, because he's very spiritual as well. He's like, Remy, I would go in my dreams and I would try to take something out of the dream to bring it back into real life. That was just a thing that he experienced, and I thought, let me take that into, I put that into my awareness anyway. So anyway, I was dreaming one time. This was the first time it happened. I dreamed, and I was in the dream. I was in my old house in my living room, and as I was in the living room, basically, I've gone to myself, okay then. I'm gonna make a plant come out the ground. So no. This is my experience.
In the dream.
In the dream. So basically, the plant came out the ground. I picked it up. I went into the kitchen, consciously maneuvered. I went under. I washed it under the tap. So anyway, I washed it under the tap. I came back out and I said to one of my friends that was in the living room, bro, I'm gonna take this out of this dream and bring it into my reality. So listen. Listen, bro. No, it's not, bro. So anyway, obviously I gave him peace. I had peace, and it obviously never ended. I woke up, but not with it in my mouth. You know what I mean? But I remembered the whole dream. Anyway, so I started controlling my dreams. I started, going inside my dreams. I started doing little things like even flying. I was flying around in my dreams. But any time I would be in a dream of this state, I would always say to someone, do you know we're dreaming? Like I'll meet someone in my dream, like my brother or someone, and I'll be like, you know we're dreaming. And you know what they say to me? Remy, it's your dream. You're dreaming. And I used to be like, this was a reoccurring issue. Like I would be in my dream and they're always like, no, we're dreaming in your dream. And obviously it made my awareness even more that, I was consciously able to maneuver in my dream and create it consciously. So anyway, now studying more about the body and all this meditation and all this, obviously.
Well, what did you learn? You're saying that you studied all of these things. Tell us what you've learned.
Yeah, I'm coming into it, brother. So obviously meditation and obviously now, obviously, when you're in that center place and you're the observer, you're the observer of this reality. Of course, you're the observer. So anyway, as this happened now, obviously, the body and me going more into myself and releasing insecurities and fears, because not just that, I was experiencing things. There's a time, all right, there's a time where I was, this was about 3 months ago. This is where my total, because I'm not going to go through every experience because this is too long, but this is what switched my perception, this is what switched my, this is what switched me. Anyway, I was in my bed at home. What happened was, I'm going to take you back to another experience. I had to, basically, I come to a point where I was, one of my brothers, he ended up getting some time and I had to look after his dog. So anyway, it ended up being my dog, but because I was always fearful of dogs, because I got bit by a dog when I was younger, basically I had to release fear because I had to take care of his dog now. But anyway, what happened was, I came into a dream state, and obviously in the dream state though, there was a dog, so it made me, basically in the dream state, the dog came over to me, but this is me bringing my awareness, obviously the dog came over to me, but it rested itself on my side here. But I felt this, you know what I mean? Because like I said, I'm conscious in my dreams, but it was like I was releasing the fear for obviously when I wake up and, produce this anyway. So that made me understand that, that the fears that we hold inside of us, we can create them in our dreams and we can release them as well. So anyway, I started, understanding that I was creating the fear. You know what I mean? Because then obviously, like I said, about 3 months ago, I had a dream. And when I had this dream, I was in my dream, in my bed, but I could see through my quilt. And this is just my experience. And basically this thing came into the room and it started shaking me. But I knew I was releasing fear at this point, you know what I mean? Because I'm thinking, if I'm experiencing these things in life, why am I scared of them? Because it's a natural thing for us to be scared, The society we're growing in, it's got horror movies.
I don't think fear is natural.
This is what no.
Not
that experience. So anyway, so I understood that I was creating the fear because it was obviously me creating the fear when, you know what I mean? So anyway, I had another dream. I was in a dream. I was in a sleep, but when I say I'm sleeping, I'm consciously awake. I'm awake. I know what's going. You know what I mean? So anyway, this thing started coming under, basically poking me in my rib. So as it was poking me in my rib, before it started getting progressive, I said to myself, it's going to start getting more progressive. And then guess what happened? It started getting more progressive. So then it made me understand that, I'm controlling the dream. No.
This is dreaming, bro.
What's that, brother?
So
anyway. So it allowed me to release fear in the spiritual side
He's
of life.
going to keep trying to shut down your reality.
I know.
He wants to bring you back to a book.
It's all right.
He wants to bring you back to a book that you just started believing in. You understand? So just ignore him, bro.
You must believe in yourself.
He called himself God.
No. We are part of the creation, bro.
You are yet
We're part of the creation, bro.
Bro, he's a baby in what he believes right now.
We're part of the creation.
You are yet to answer my question. You are yet to answer my
question.
question.
What's your question?
I asked you before. You said that you claim to be God. You said that
we
all
all
God.
are. We're all part of God.
Okay, that's the first point.
You're not God. You're not God.
I know I'm not God.
Okay, cool.
Wallahi, I'm
That's it then.
I'm a human being.
But he reckons he is.
No.
So how you
We
gonna
all
dismiss-
are.
reckons he is.
Yeah, but he
But I'm not God, though.
But hear what I'm saying. He's taking part in that reality.
Of course, this is it.
No. Okay,
That's his reality.
Okay,
innit?
no, but look.
So I want to hear about his reality.
No, okay, cool. This is
If I
his
want to know
reality.
what you believe in, I just have to pick up a
Yeah, but
book.
before you was him, I was chatting to this
It's
guy.
alright, so come on,
Man,
bro.
didn't ask you for your
That's
input.
stop,
You
come
came
on,
here.
bro.
Wait. Okay, look. you just said, this guy just said, yeah, that this is your reality. Of course. Yeah? But our reality is one and the same. Yes, the experiences that we have as humans are different, yeah? But our truth, yeah, like I said to you before, we both came out of our mothers, yeah? You will never see reality from my point of view, and I will never see reality from your point of view. Yes, perception, yeah? And you experience different, you experience different things. And I've experienced different things. But I've experienced these lucid dreams that you speak of now, but it's not as a big thing. So when I ask you what happens after you die, bro, tell me what happens after you die. But why not? Why not?
I experienced it.
Why not?
I haven't experienced it, brother.
Yeah, but you are going to experience it. And that's one truth.
But when he experiences it, then he's gonna.
No, but it will be too late. Because if he dies upon what he believes, then it's peak.
But why is it though? Why is it though? Why is it though?
Yeah, for what prophets have told us.
But the experience. The experience. Remember, you have came. Remember, you have came to earth to experience life. So yes, you can get external. You can get external information out there from sources to living accordingly how we should live. But you still have you to live.
Of course.
You have to experience life. You have to find your own inner calling, your own soul purpose, your own mission.
Can I explain something just for you actually? Okay, for you. You're talking about self-realization, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, right? Okay. There's a hadith and Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, 1 hour of self-realization is equal to, if I'm not wrong, 1 year of prayer. 2 hours of self-realization is equal to 7 years of prayer. 3 hours of self-realization equals to 70 years of prayer.
And there's nothing this man has said that goes against any of that.
He said that he was God.
Apart from that, that is one. That's one line. But even still, we understand. Hold on. Even still, we understand, that through the breath of God in the Quran,
But he made us in his image.
Yeah, through the breath of God,
in his image.
This is where we get our spirit. Now, what is our spirit? Our spirit can be likened to our consciousness. Who we are outside of the shell. That is our spirit,
We are spirit.
Outside of the shell, outside of the physical, we exist. Through the breath of Allah. So you saying that you are a part of Allah or a part of the God is not necessarily unscriptural. It's not necessarily going against your belief, but you gotta have a wider understanding. Of course. Standard. It's easy to work through.
That's all I'm saying. All my. So basically, I had to release fear. I had to release fear.
The whole book is subjective, bro.
I had to release fear. I had to release
the whole book is subjective. How's there a debate?
You're not ready.
Hold on, what's the
meditation. Come back with your hands up, then let's go.
How is it
break down every single spirituality.
Check this. How is it a debate, that the Quran is subjective? How is that a debate?
It's objective.
How?
It's objective.
How is
because
it? It's a book.
Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam
Did you see it? Did he say it to you?
Bro,
or you believe?
This
You believe in the text that you read? That's subjective.
This is what Jedi said. Jedi. Wait,
it's gone.
This is what Jedi said. Yeah. You have a belief. Yeah. If somebody says to me, wait, let me just respond in it. This guy said to me a little while ago. He said, "You have a belief. Yes, I have a belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
That makes it subjective.
Wait. I have a belief.
That makes it subjective.
Wait, man, let me speak. I have a belief in heaven. I have a belief in hell.
So what would you say?
No, wait.
Would you believe in heaven?
Let me speak.
Let me.
Are you not gonna let me speak? Let me just speak, bro.
Subjective.
Yeah, cool. I have a belief. If you say to me, where's heaven and hell? I can't show you it. That's when it turns into a belief. But I can tell you, give via knowledge from my mouth about heaven and hell.
No.
You understand what I mean? Yes, I can prove it. I can prove it. Because Allah, you will experience this. You will experience it. You will experience this one day. Judgment day will come and judgment day will go. You understand?
I think we would like him to prove heaven and hell.
Okay, look. This is when it becomes a belief. I can't physically show you heaven and hell, but I can tell you via knowledge about heaven and hell that we've given.
But you can live in heaven on earth.
You can tell me about.
Have knowledge of Moses. Have knowledge of Isa. Come on, man.
You read that.
Of course. How do you have your knowledge? Through reading information. How is information passed down? Through reading and information.
Experience.
Bro, I've had all of your experience put together, bro, and more.
Hear what I'm saying?
Man, been astro traveling around the whole world, but what do you know?
Listen to what I'm saying to you, fam, yeah? That is your experience, And because it's only your experience, because it's only your opinion, and your belief, it is subjective.
But all I'm saying is
subjective. Unfortunately, we're at a stage here where man can rubbish what this young man is saying.
I'm not rubbishing it.
Yeah, you were.
I'm just saying it's subjective.
But so is your belief in the Quran and Muhammad and the prophets.
No, it's subjective.
It's all subjective.
No, it's not.
What about now, though?
Bro, you're not ready for the debate, so just go. Hold 2-2 meditation. Come back with your higher self.
So anyway. So obviously, I got rid of all these.
Exactly. Thank you, big man. The
So
older
obviously,
generation, no.
obviously now getting rid of like obviously my insecurities and my fears and feeding the body well and knowing it's all we're connected to nature. We're more be in the moment. Because the moment is the only thing that exists, man. Come on, we can create in the moment. Be create in a conscious manner at the best of our ability in the moment, individually to yourself. You know what I mean? So obviously now I started a YouTube channel. Promoting about consciousness, spirituality. I've got what's that? My YouTube is Supernatural Starseed. Supernatural Starseed, if anyone's listening. I've got an Instagram. So now I promote, peace and love. And that's all it is. Starseed, Supernatural Starseed. So anyway, now it's like I just want to allow people to understand the true and divine beauty within themselves. Because it is within you.
Yeah.
Because
he don't believe you have the divine
Okay,
beauty within yourself.
okay, what's the definition of divine? What's the definition of divine? Hey, get up the definition of divine. We're not divine. We're creation. We are creations of the divine. You understand? Bro, your objective is subjective. Your reality is subjective.
So
All our reality is subjective. All our reality is subjective.
Anyway,
Bro, we were created for a reason.
All of our realities are
No,
subjective.
your reality is subjective.
All of us.
You know what it is? We're all
You understand? Your reality is subjective.
All our reality is
No, it's
subjective.
not. Yours reality is
Yeah?
subjective.
Your thing is, everyone, Jedi, your reality is subjective, but mine is real because I read it.
Because I've been told by prophets of
No,
Allah,
you read it.
prophets of
No, you read
Jehovah,
it. AKA,
prophets
you
of
read it.
Yahweh,
AKA,
prophets
you
of
read it.
Waheguru, prophets of
You read it.
Bhagwan,
You read it.
prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
You read it.
I read it and I've heard knowledge as well. How do you get your knowledge? How do you get your
You
knowledge?
read it. This is not what we're talking about. We're not talking about knowledge.
Bro,
We're not
like I
talking
said,
we're not talking about
what-
knowledge. We're talking about experiences.
Bro,
yeah?
I've
And we're
experienced
talking about
everything he's
beliefs.
experienced.
And you gotta believe in
Yeah?
yourself.
And we're
I've
talking about
experienced
beliefs.
everything he's
And
experienced.
We're all in agreement. We're all in agreement that it's subjective. We're all in agreement that his
No,
belief
we're not all
is
in
subjective.
yeah, it is subjective.
And we all agree, except for you, that your belief is subjective.
Okay,
But
wait.
we don't have it as a fact.
Listen.
No,
Wait.
No,
Okay,
no. My magic orb, my magic orb means my magic orb means whatever you believe.
objective.
Yeah, it's
Glass.
subjective, but
Glass.
whatever I
Come and say
believe
that. Come
is
say this to
real.
the big man.
Come on,
Hey,
man.
listen to him. Listen to him.
Yeah,
He said it's objective as well. So now you got two people.
He's a Muslim. He's a Muslim.
Yeah, but so you got to ask yourself why do Muslims see reality as objective? Why? Because we gave
reasons that Christians do.
yeah, but they think that Jesus is God.
Doesn't mean that it's
But
real.
they think that Jesus is God.
Not all Christians
Bro, we
do.
want human race here, lads.
So-
Most of
We've
you,
got
most of
different
them.
religions, but we've all got the higher power.
Okay.
We all know that there's only, like, obviously one creator. You know, live
I don't know about the Holy
You know what I
Ghost.
mean? So it's all one. We're all
I don't know
separated.
about the Holy Ghost.
So anyway. So now, obviously, I go around now and just allow people to understand it's within yourself. man. So it all comes from within you. And consciously you can maneuver in this reality.
These men
and
don't
create
consciously
it
comprehend that, though.
consciously
Deliberate
yourself.
creation.
That's
Come
it,
on,
man.
It's simple,
And
man.
remember, it's the
It's
fourth
gonna go
division.
over people's heads
And
right now.
remember.
Because they want to keep bringing you back to a book.
It's not. It's
Of our real reality.
No.
Of our real reality.
No, but we gotta remember your
Why are you so
experience.
scared of a book?
But brother, your
I ain't
What happens
scared.
after you die?
Yeah, but brother-
No, wait.
I don't know.
This guy's
I don't
making
know.
bull statements
I
trying to
don't
mimic
know.
me. What happens after
but
you
let me tell you
die?
something,
Yeah, but I'm
Tino.
telling
I
you, I
don't
know.
know.
What
You
happens?
don't know.
Yeah, I do
What
know.
happens then?
I do know what happens after you die.
But you believe that, though.
Yes.
bro.
believe.
You
You don't
believe
know,
what
you
you was
believe.
It's
told.
a belief.
Yeah.
It's a belief if you say
knowledge.
show it.
It's not knowledge.
But
it's
I
not
can
fact,
give
because you
you,
can't prove it to me.
bro.
You can't prove it to me.
Okay,
So it's not
wallahi,
you can say that all the-
wallahi, you will be judged on Judgment Day.
Maybe.
No, but no.
Maybe.
Wallahi,
No, let me tell you.
wallahi.
Does that make it real?
Yes,
Could you say
yes,
wallahi?
wallahi.
Could you say
Bro,
wallahi?
Yes, because the Most High gave us a message.
Nah, brother.
Bro, you're a crook,
You
man.
no, bro.
Listen,
Me.
we're too busy judging ourselves.
Nah, bro,
You gotta
you've
stop
been
judging
doing-
people.
you've been taking too much shrooms and
We're
that.
too busy judging each other.
bro, that's what you
We're
are.
too busy out here judging each other.
I'm listening
No,
to
no,
what the
but I'm
brother's
saying
saying,
in general,
and I'm
just
engaging
like,
with
even
it.
like,
Yeah?
you know what I mean?
And I'm
Oh,
hearing
I
what
was
you're
engaging
saying.
with you.
It don't matter. Don't matter. But what you're now saying is if we don't believe in what you believe in, then we're wrong.
No,
Let them
yeah, I am saying that. Yeah,
Exactly. But then that's subjective,
Yeah,
bro.
no, it's not subjective.
You want to
You're
go
lost
ask
in
me
your-
why it's
You're lost
objective.
in your own soul.
You're lost.
You're lost in your own
What happens after you die?
You're lost in your own
What
soul.
happens after you die?
from Japan. I want to go to
You
China
don't know.
from England.
So carry on.
We both have
If you can't tell me what happens after you die, I don't want to hear no. You ain't half
Victory.
If you can't tell me what happens after you die, I don't want to hear no.
No one.
You can't tell me what happens after you die. That's it.
Journey.
He's wearing right now from head to toe.
Yeah, so what?
You're saying no, we're lying.
Money materialism. Yeah, I'm prone to that as well.
Nike.
But
So,
see,
yeah,
In
materialism.
alternate reality,
Materialism,
there's
so
a bag
what?
of people arguing
what?
about how real Roald Dahl books are. Yeah. And I've read it.
So now he wants
I've read it.
to. So now he
So
wants
that makes it
to.
fact.
He wants to
Give us facts.
compare
Come away from the
Quran
book and give us facts
with
now, here.
Roald Dahl.
Otherwise,
what you
admit you're
believe in it.
subjective.
How
Obviously,
did
it's what you
Prophet Muhammad
believe.
sallallahu alaihi
So
wasallam
if
come
you
with
no.
miracles?
But you think about
How
like
did he?
never saw the
How
miracles.
did? No, but no.
I
This
never
is what
saw
I
the
mean.
miracles.
How
How
do you?
can I
So
confirm
let me
that?
tell you something. Let me tell you something. Do you live by your truth every second of the day?
I try my best.
No.
No, we don't.
What you hear? No. See me.
I try my best.
I live by
No,
my
we don't.
truth.
No, we don't.
I live by my
best.
truth
I try my best.
every second.
We're not
of the day.
perfect.
Because you have your truth
Yeah.
to live by.
Your truth is
You're not
subjective.
following the
though.
book.
My
But you
truth is
have
objective.
no. But you know what the truth is, don't you?
Stop talking about objectivity and subjectivity.
You can't
okay?
wage your
Listen.
soul on a book, yeah?
Listen,
And then
okay,
tell
I can.
everybody else,
Keep the book
tell
aside.
everyone
Wallahi, I
else.
can.
Okay,
Keep
tell
the book
everyone
aside.
else that, oh yeah, you're subjective, but my thing is objective. And then when I ask you for evidence, when I ask you for what makes your thing, your reality,
You already
more
had
real
ignorance
than what
before
other
you
people,
asked me this question.
what other people
You're
believe.
creating that. You're obviously what it is.
You're not listening.
Obviously, I'm not saying no. There's nothing against. I got nothing against. Like,
course,
religion
no, of
and
course,
anything
of
like that. Anything external from.
None
you
of
know,
us have
remember,
anything against religion.
I love you for the
remember,
sake of humanity.
no,
You're my brother in humanity.
Of course, brother.
I love you for the sake of humanity. I love my brother here for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Of course.
And this love that I share with this guy will supersede any other love that I have for
But
any
we still
kuffar, you
must
understand?
understand. No, but we still must understand.
Congratulations.
No.
Like I said, bro, I'm here to die for what I believe in, bro.
No, but brother. How? Why? So wait. No. So you're saying, so brother. What stop? No. Brother.
Can I give you, like, can I
When
just
this
say
people
something?
gets dissected,
Guys, the more
But what about the Palestinians?
You're not talking about spirituality, you're talking about a book,
What about the
bro.
Palestinians and all
Leave
that
this
love
aside.
for your
Okay,
Islamic
leave-
brothers?
leave
What
Brazzers
about
aside.
the ones that get blown up in Syria? What about that love for them?
Okay, cool.
Where is it?
Yo,
Where is it?
what can I physically do now?
See it.
What can I physically
I
do
don't
now?
see it. I
What
see
can-
you here in the
Yeah,
park.
bro,
Guys,
I can't,
talking
bro.
crap.
Listen,
I can't
You
do
talk
anything.
about love for your Muslim
Bro.
brothers. You
All
don't
right.
You see, you said that as well.
Listen,
Somebody
where
just
are
said that. Somebody
Why
said
are
it to me
you
yesterday, you
fighting
know.
Syria out there
Oh,
helping
you were here fighting verbal jihad.
Why
Why didn't you go to
helping
Syria
Palestinians?
and fight for your brothers and
Bro,
sisters?
why aren't you helping
Bro,
Guys,
it's
you-
a stupid thing to say. Because wallahi, the situation that's going on, bro, it makes me cry,
No
bro.
one's saying that. No
No one
one's
said
saying
that.
that.
No one said
We're
that.
not saying that.
Do you not want to? No, he just said that. He just said that.
We're not
You
saying
guys,
that.
yeah, guys, do you
But
not want
you
to
don't know
hear-
the love that I have for
Listen,
them.
listen.
And the love
You
that I have
know-
for them
no,
supersedes
brother,
any love that I have for
brother,
anybody
brother,
here.
calm down.
Apart from this brother here.
La ilaha illallah.
La ilaha illallah. Muhammad.
So anyway,
Listen, bro. If you guys want to hear what he has to say, if you want to take it into consideration,
Oh,
don't take it.
my today is, you know, the truth lies. The truth does lie within yourself. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so the truth does lie within you. You know, there's external, you know, religions and external information out there for us to take and grab, and you know, but then you can apply, you know, even Jesus to me. It's a way of life. You know, we know how to consciously move, you know, and it's just I'm here to let people know, you know, the beauty is within you. You know, the divine is within you, you know. But no. But see, you don't believe it. You must believe. You must
don't have to
believe.
believe.
I don't have
You
to
don't have
believe
to
it.
Why don't you
Because I know
believe?
it.
No, but
I know that we don't have divine within us.
Why?
I know that the only divine
But why?
lies with the Most High.
No, but
You understand?
The most divine.
where are we now?
only
No, where
divine-
are we now?
the only
Where
divine
are
is the
we?
Most High.
No,
You
no, but
do
we
not
are
have the
already.
divine-
No. But where
We
are
have a
now?
soul,
No,
but
no.
call it a soul.
Do
You're not divine,
do
bro.
you think,
The Most
do you
High is
believe that we
divine.
have a spirit inside
Of course,
us?
I'm
Do you
sure
believe
that.
that we have a spirit
Yes, of
inside
course.
us? That's a bit of the divine.
Of course.
No, but look. Okay,
But it's not the
okay, look,
highest
I can
of
agree.
divine.
I can agree
But
with
it's a
you.
bit of the
I
divine.
can
And
agree
this
with
is
you.
what he's trying to say.
I can agree
This is
with
what
you,
he's trying to say.
but I can agree with you, but we're not divine.
He's a flip-flopper.
But why is it?
We
Why
as
is
a
it only a
whole,
bit of
we
the
as a
divine?
whole.
Yeah.
Why
Because
can't you?
it-
No.
Sounds like a book or
Why?
nothing.
No.
What
But
is-
see. Why can't you manipulate? But why can't you be in life and believe that you have divineness inside of you? Why just?
Because the only divine lies with the Most High.
No, but why can't you move in your truth? You know, I know you've got. Obviously, you're Muslim. You know, obviously, blessings. You know, but I mean, can't you maneuver? You say you don't maneuver it. No.
try me few.
No.
You can try me
But
few.
why try? What's stopping you from moving?
Because man is drawn to sin.
No.
And if I step out, the system don't wanna see
No.
me.
But you're making a system create you, though, aren't you? You're making a see. No, but you're making. No. No, but fair enough, brother.
Forbid the knowledge of love.
But brother,
These
you're
men are not consciously listening to what I'm saying, fam.
No, I am.
Your reality is subjective, fam.
but
My
I'm
reality
saying
is
to you, but
objective.
you can
I
create
dipped
your
into the
reality.
spirituality. You man are not on nothing. You man are not on nothing.
Don't tell
You man
man
can
what
speak
man
about
are-
this.
who's-
You're not
who's
on
on
nothing.
what? Who's
You're
on
not-
You
what?
can't judge me, you know, you can't
Okay,
say
regarding
what.
information.
Who's on what?
Regarding
Who's
information,
on what,
whatever. Yeah,
bruv?
bro,
Bruv,
your
you're not
reality
bringing
is
nothing to the
subjective.
table.
Your
You're bringing
reality,
nothing to
bro.
the table.
I'm bringing truth to the table.
You're not bringing anything
And you
to
will
the
be
table.
judged, bro.
You're not.
You will be
You're
judged.
telling everyone else.
You will be judged by the
You're
Most High,
telling
bro.
everybody else.
Independent thinking.
Come on, man.
Forget about your book. I forget about my book.
It's impossible.
Independent
It's
thinking.
impossible for him to do it.
Walaikum salam. I'm not Muslim, but it means peace be with you. No, why? What's the problem?
Let me tell you something. What else? What is outside of us is actually inside of us. How about that one there?
Okay, wait.
Of course.
What is outside of you is actually inside of you.
Of course.
Okay, no.
We have a body.
Wait,
We have a body.
wait,
We have heart.
Yes,
we have lungs.
Okay, I can agree with you for a second.
There's a universe
But this
inside
guy's not letting me
yourself.
speak.
Inside
No,
ourselves.
But you thinking that man just coming from a spiritual point of view. But look, you just said what exists inside of us can also exist externally, and you have just proved that with lucid dreaming and that. You understand? Because a man lucid dreaming, astral travel, all these things there. Yeah, cool. But this is.
Before. I don't know, man. You look referencing, yeah, man. I don't know, man. You're right though. Carry on.
Yeah, so you've experienced that what we're in right now is just a shell.
Of course.
We know this,
Of
and
course,
our real self lies in where? It's the soul.
Where's the soul?
The soul's within us.
The
soul is what gives us life.
Wait.
The soul is inside your body.
Okay, look. What?
Where is your soul?
Bro, the fuel,
Where's your soul?
the ammunition of our life,
Where's your soul?
yeah, is fueled by the soul.
Where's your soul?
If we didn't have the soul, we would die.
So why can't you move in
One
truth
second.
to your soul?
Where's your soul?
Why can't you move
One
truth to
second.
your soul?
Where's your soul?
To your soul.
What do you mean, where's the soul?
Where's your soul?
Physically, I can't show you that we have a soul.
Alright, cool. So where's your proof of this soul?
Bro, I know that I have a soul, bro.
Okay.
So
Prove
it's
it.
within you then.
No,
Prove
this
it.
is the.
It
Prove
must be
it.
within you.
Prove it.
No,
One
but
second.
this
One
is the
second.
thing. No, but like I said,
Prove
like
it.
I said,
Prove
you
it,
know,
Mr.
wait.
Objective.
has been-
The fuel for the car, yeah, is petrol.
We're talking about the
Yeah.
human.
Yes, okay.
Where
Yes,
your soul
the
is. Prove you
it's
got a
it's
soul.
called analogy, bro.
Prove
It's called
you got a
it's called
soul.
analogy, bro.
Prove you got a
It's
soul.
called an analogy, bro.
Where's your soul?
Look, okay, look. Well, are you gonna let me speak or are you just gonna carry on? Okay, cool. The car, yeah, is fueled by fuel, yeah, petrol, yeah. Like this brother also said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala breathed into you a soul.
I
It's
never
the same
said that
thing.
was fact, you know.
No, I'm telling you
I
it's
never
fact.
said it was fact.
I'm telling you it's fact. And you just contradicted
I never
yourself.
said it was fact.
No, I'm
I
telling
never
you
said
it's
it
a
was
Believe in
fact.
psychology.
I never said it was fact. I'm asking where your soul is.
Okay, do you believe in
I'm
psychology?
I'm asking where his soul is. One second. No.
It's within
Where's
me.
your soul?
It's within me.
So your
And
soul
Allah
is in your body.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best.
Your soul is in your body.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala
So
knows
you don't
best.
know where your soul is.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows where my soul is.
So you don't know where your soul is.
I know my soul is within me. That's all I can say.
Where is it? Where?
Where's your soul, bro?
Where's your soul?
Where's actually where's your soul?
You're the one speaking
Where's
this.
your soul? Where's your soul?
You're the one speaking
Oh,
this.
this guy. No.
Because I could give you, I could give you a subjective opinion. But rather than me waste my breath and give you my subjective opinion, since you are the objective man with facts, tell us where your soul is.
Okay, cool. And let me, because I'm the objective person with this opinion. No, it's not even an opinion. It's objective. Look, I can't show you a soul, but for me to know that I have it, it's true. It's
With
true.
the Black Eyed Peas,
It's true.
with Fergie and Will.i.am.
It's true.
Yeah, but don't.
Now stop being so easily distracted. You
Listen,
were talking
okay.
about
Do you
where
believe
the
in
soul is.
psychology?
Yeah, but you're not trying to
You was
listen.
you was
Because
telling
you're
us where the soul
unsincere.
is.
In your search, you're unsincere,
I'm
bro.
not searching
That's why
for
you haven't
you,
come to
bro.
your truth.
I'm not searching for you, bro.
Bro, no, you're in
Bruv, you're a new-
your
you're a new
reality.
fish, you're a
in
new
no,
fish.
in your reality,
You're a new fish,
bro.
bruv. You've
I've
just seen the
dabbled.
Quran.
I've dabbled in what
You've
you've
just seen
dabbled
the
in,
Quran.
and I've dabbled in
You
what
don't
you've
know what I
done
dabble in.
times 100. Yeah, I
You
do.
don't know what I
Yeah, I
dabble in.
do.
You don't
It's
know what I do.
obia, bro.
You
It's
don't know what I
obia.
do.
It's obia. Yeah, you do, bro. Yeah, you do obia, bro. Yeah, you do. That's what it is. That's what it is. All of these numbers, 111, 333. These are
not my
all.
numbers. What's that
Bro,
got to do
bro,
with
no,
me?
cool.
What's
Bro,
111
bro,
to do with me?
all of
What's
these things,
333?
all of these things is what you fuck with, bro.
Where?
I know. I know,
What I
bro.
fuck with
This is what you
111
dabble
and
with.
333.
This is what you dabble
I
with,
can
bro.
answer your
This is what you
question.
dabble with. I'm telling
Asking
you.
you
I'm
question,
telling you.
where the
bro.
soul is.
No, this is
Where's your soul,
objectivity.
bro?
Do you believe in psychology?
You know what? Let me just say something, yeah?
Sure, go ahead.
See what, yeah? If you give me an opinion of where your soul is, yeah, I think it's valid and we can talk. Because you've already said that
I believe the
we've
soul.
already we've already said that your opinion is subjective. So you're on our wavelength. He's telling us.
Wait, is your reality subjective or objective?
I never talked anything about objective and subjective.
No,
You know what I said?
wait, stop.
You know what I said?
Bro, is your
The minute
reality,
you start telling
is your
me
reality
what
subjective
you
or
believe in
objective?
is
The way
fact
in which
and
I
it supersedes
interpret
what
the
I
world,
believe in,
the
or
way
what
in
you
which I
believe in,
interpret the
or what
world,
he believes
because I
in,
don't
then
have
I'm
a
going to
full
ask you for
understanding
evidence.
of the way in which God wants me to
Standard.
understand the world.
Give me the evidence.
Right?
If you're not
Judgment Day
going to
will
bring
come,
anything
yeah?
more
Because
than
Judgment
words
Day
like
will
everyone
come, yeah?
else,
I
then you're
believe
just in a
Judgment Day.
subjective
Yes,
realm.
yes, you believe in Judgment Day.
So bring your
That's
ego
objective.
down.
But it's objective
Bring your
because it will
ego
come.
down
For me,
and
it's
understand you
objective,
could
right?
learn something from
But
the
by
rest of us
virtue- by
or from
virtue
each other.
of someone saying that.
But you're telling us what we're
Judgment
talking
Day is
about
objective.
is basically a bag of shit.
By virtue of someone saying
And what
that
you're
it's
saying,
not there,
what you've read in the
it
book is the
immediately
truth.
becomes
Now,
something.
it's time for you to
Would
prove
he be
it.
judged on Judgment Day? Would he be judged? Yes, he would be judged on Judgment Day. So therefore, your reality is objective as well.
No. It's not reality. You're
Bro,
basing
you just
my
can't
reality
comprehend what
on
I'm
one
saying.
idea.
I'm not lost, bro.
You're basing
I
my-
found.
Listen.
I found myself, bro.
you're
Bro,
basing
heaven
my-
and hell, bro. Heaven and hell,
No,
bro.
it's all right, it's all
You
right,
can,
right.
you can try
Do you
and
believe
live the
heaven and
best
hell?
way that you can.
Prove heaven and hell to me,
Heaven
and
and hell, yeah,
I'll
no.
fuck
See,
with
no.
it.
Have you died?
Prove it.
Have you
Prove
died?
it.
Have you
Prove
died?
it.
Have you
Hey,
died?
listen,
You haven't died.
listen,
You haven't died.
Man, reality is
I
not
don't
determined.
believe I've died. Exactly. So So it's subjective, your opinion.
No, no.
So it's subjective. No one has a clue.
Does heaven
No one
exist?
has a clue.
Yes.
Oh, Kalas, does heaven exist?
No one has a clue.
No, the prophets came. The prophets came with messages.
You're arguing with nothing, bro. You're arguing-
Reality.
I'm arguing with somebody that brings nothing to the table. Facts.
I
Because
don't
your
think
reality
you
is
understand the
subjective,
meaning.
bro.
All our realities are subjective.
your reality
until
is
somebody brings some tangible evidence.
I'm bringing you evidence from the prophets that came before Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi
You're bringing me
wasallam.
literature. You're bringing me literature. You're bringing me a book. And
I'm
nothing
bringing you
else.
poetry.
Nothing else.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
You're only bringing me a book.
It's poetry as well, bro. Message given
You're only
to Prophet
bringing me a
Muhammad
book
sallallahu
and what
alaihi
you've learned
wasallam by
from
the
a
Most
book.
High.
Right or wrong? Right or wrong? Are you bringing me anything else than a book?
And apply it, and apply it.
I'm bringing
Are
you
you bringing me anything
I'm
else
bringing you
than what you
hadith.
believe in a book?
I'm bringing you sunnah. I'm bringing you. No, it's not a book. It's not bringing you. I'm bringing you a way of life.
Books and stories. Bring me facts. Bring me proof. Give me evidence, and I'll fuck with it. I'm not against it. I'm not against it. Now is your chance. Now is your chance.
I know you're not against it.
Now is your chance.
Wait,
Now is your
hold on.
chance, yeah,
Okay,
to
okay,
prove
now wait,
what
let
it
me
is
do
you've
it. Let
been.
me do it. Let me do it.
Now is your chance. Yo,
I'm gonna let you
anyone
speak.
listening?
Okay,
Anyone
you can
listening?
speak and
Anyone
then I'm
listening?
gonna go after you. Go ahead.
Now is your chance, since that you are the owner of an objective reality for all of us, yeah, for mankind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Objective.
Camera. You got camera here. You got microphone.
Sorry, sister.
Yeah.
Objective.
Listen, bro. Stay with us. Stay with us. Stay
All
with us.
Muslims are
Stay with
objective
us. Listen
reality.
to this. Listen. You have a camera. You have a microphone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you have an audience. Now we're
Yeah, but man's not
asking.
here for the camera though. Man can speak to you this one-on-one, bro. Man's not here for the camera.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah,
So
yeah,
now you have an opportunity to prove to us that what you believe in as fact, yeah, is actual reality. So you're talking about heaven and hell, and you're talking about a soul, and I'm asking for you to bring me some evidence, some proof, tangible, where I can say, you keep saying to me, have you died? No, I haven't died.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
not saying that heaven and hell
Are you gonna let me
exist.
speak? I get your point. Let me
You're
speak.
the one
I'm
saying
listening.
it,
Okay.
so prove it to me.
I'm listening to you.
Okay, look.
I'm listening to you.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I start?
After
Okay.
you.
Reality is not determined by just an idea on what hell and heaven is. What will happen when we die?
It's just one
reality,
subject.
It's one subject. Reality is a huge
So let's
thing.
just stick on that. Let's just stick on that subject.
Okay,
Let's
okay,
stick on that
let
subject.
me
Don't run
break it
from
down.
it.
Let me
That's
break
one
it down.
thing. You want
Let
to
me
give me
break it
something
down.
else?
Okay. This
What do
brother
you
said-
mean?
this
Deal with
brother-
this first.
Right.
Heaven, hell, and the soul.
Brother, you're not gonna let me speak to this guy.
let's begin
This
with
guy's
this.
spiritual meditation, this,
Okay,
this.
let me
Astral travel, flying around the body and that, bro.
Right,
Can you deal with him? Because he's already got ignorance even before you
There's
asked
no
me this
ignorance
question.
in me, bro.
You just said to me you're bringing me a book, so that's
brother,
ignorance.
brother,
I'm trying to
King,
compromise.
listen to
I'm
me.
trying to compromise.
Listen to me, yeah?
I'm with you.
Listen.
I'm with you.
You are very good at communicating, yeah?
Cheers,
You're very
thank
good
you.
at speaking and
You are,
listening,
you
yeah?
are.
And conveying your point, yeah? You're doing your religion a service right now, yeah? Don't get sidetracked by this guy who's just trying to take it somewhere else, telling me about what I do and what I don't do. And that's all nonsense.
Yeah.
Just tell me what it is that's going to prove to me heaven and hell or the soul.
Look, in terms of believing in heaven and hell, you will only know when you die.
Thank you. Subjective then.
Oh,
Right.
brother, it's not
By
subjective.
virtue.
Thank you. Subjective then. Do you
not- it's not
agree?
subjective.
By virtue.
Do you, if you
Listen,
cannot,
listen.
if you cannot,
For me-
No,
bro,
bro, wow.
let's take it baby steps. Sorry
Yeah,
to
yeah,
interrupt you. It's
Go
just
ahead.
this guy, innit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but go ahead.
Let's
Give me this
let's
guy.
bring it
You
down.
know
yeah?
my name, bro.
Yeah, but I just said this guy.
Yeah,
innit?
cool,
You,
but that's
this guy.
Yeah,
But I don't
go
mind,
ahead.
bro.
Go
I
ahead,
don't
go
mind.
ahead, anyway,
So
go ahead,
So
go ahead.
anyway,
Yeah.
brother, please. Just give us something that's going to substantiate your claim of heaven and hell existing and the soul. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
If not, if you're saying, oh, we're not going to know till we die, I agree. So then we are both agreeing that it's subjective because we have no evidence for it.
Can I begin? Can I just say 4 sentences regarding objectivity and
want.
subjectivity?
Say what you want, bro.
Right. For me, the belief in heaven and hell, in my world, in my reality, it's subjective. But by virtue of you believing something else to the world,
Brother, after I'm
it becomes subjective,
So
right?
you think you create
So-
heaven and hell in this reality?
No. You can. No, wait.
You
You can.
make your-
Yes, you know it. Us as humans, yeah. Right now, what we're doing and what the governments are doing.
Your personal reality
Bro,
is
wait,
subjective,
wait.
right?
No, it's not.
To the world,
To the world, it's
But to
subjective.
you,
to me, it's objective.
Yeah,
but
to
you,
you,
it's
but to
subjective.
you.
Class.
So then, if he believes that he's a Pink Panther,
It's objective.
yeah, that's objective to him because he
It's
believes in
objective.
it.
I believe it's
How is it-
subjective, but
Hold
it's
on, hold on.
subjective to me,
One second,
right?
one second.
So I'm
One
not-
second. I'm confused. So if you have a personal, if you have a personal belief, yeah, he believes that's objective. If he has a personal belief, it's subjective.
The way in which I interpret it,
that doesn't make no sense.
The way in which I interpret it is subjective, right? But the way in which he sees himself, he believes it is to be objective to himself, right?
So I'm saying that's what you're doing
You know,
with your
spiritual people
beliefs.
practice magic.
what
yeah?
That's what you're doing
You
with
know,
your beliefs.
spiritual people
And that's what
practice
you're
magic,
doing
yeah?
with
You know spirituality, bro.
magic
No,
is
wait.
forbidden. Magic is
Bro, this is the one. That's like
We
a no
know,
spells.
we know,
Look at his behaviour. He's the one with the most spells on him.
we know that in
He's the one with the
Islam,
most
magic
spells.
is forbidden.
You're hex.
No, I'm hex. I'm hex. Well, you're the one that practices
You're
obeah,
hex.
bro,
I
not
don't
magic.
practice
Yes, you
obeah.
do practice obeah.
Why do you keep telling me I practice obeah?
Spirituality is all that. It's
Spirituality,
all of that.
bro? What is spirituality?
Bro, you don't even know what spirituality is.
You're the one saying it.
You're the first one to claim that I'm spiritual, like this guy. What's wrong with you, bro?
You're not making sense, bro.
Your reality is subjective,
Do you
bro.
think your argument's making sense?
Yes.
Okay, so
Wallah,
here's
he's making
what I'm
sense.
saying. Me personally, I do not practice obeah. Yeah. Now you're telling me spirituality, all spirituality. But what is spirituality then?
Spirituality.
I'm trying to go to Liverpool.
Spirituality is this. Spirituality is understanding who you are as a human, yeah? And it's looking into the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prohibited for us in the Quran. Like, look, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has only given us a little bit of information attaining to the soul. But if you want to dig deeper into who you really are, then you're going to, of course,
Let me ask a question.
No, I'm not even done.
Excuse me.
I'm not
You're
even
Christian,
done,
right?
fam.
What,
I'm not even. See,
sorry,
this guy, look. Man, finish up, be
Okay.
spiritual.
Okay.
man.
Any Christians
Cut it
here?
up, man.
Any Christians? Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
What is spirituality?
Spirituality is your relationship with God.
Okay,
I found my spirituality in Islam.
Where's the obeah?
I
in that?
found my spirituality in Islam.
Where's your
innit?
obeah? Where's the obeah in
What?
that? Because he said spirituality is obeah and black magic. Okay,
No,
cool. So what are we saying then? Is that his subjective
I
belief?
found
or
my
what
spirituality in Islam.
is then, yeah? Right.
What do you mean?
But you're a
It's
waffler, bro.
subjective. I'm a waffler.
You're a waffler.
You're a waffler, bro.
You've not made one
You can't tell me
valid
what happens after you die, bro.
Neither
You're
can
a
you.
waffler. Yeah, I can't
Neither
tell
can
you.
you. I can
I
read
can't
it.
tell you.
I can read from
Heaven
the
and hell,
same book
what?
as you.
Heaven and hell.
That's no fact.
Heaven and hell. It is a fact. It is a fact.
Bro, I
It's
can read a
objective,
Stephen
bro.
King book. Yeah, that's
Bro,
not. It's a
Only
fact
because
it's written in the book.
because you don't listen to the Most High,
Oh,
it doesn't
bro.
mean that other people are not here listening to the Most High
I'm not
and
gonna lie to
understanding
you,
what the Most High.
I'm not gonna lie to
Bro,
you. The energy that you're working with right now does not remind
It
me. Does
supersedes you.
not
It surpasses you, bro.
reverberate.
It
Does
supersedes-
not mirror in any way my knowledge of the Most High. Nothing that you push out. None of
How
your
many times
energy,
do you pray to the
your
Most High?
frequency is so low.
What,
yeah?
my frequency
Your
is low.
frequency
My
is-
frequency is higher than
Fam,
yours.
You
You know
can
that.
see it. You can see it on you,
Bro, I can see through your
You
eyes,
can see it
bro.
on you.
I can see through. I
can't see nothing, fam.
Bro, your eyes are a window to your soul, bro.
So what
and
are
you're
you-
stuttering.
what are you-
What happens
what
after you
are you,
die?
a magician?
What happens after you die? What happens after you die? You can't tell me that. So don't speak. You can't tell me what happens after you die. As a little kid, man was thinking, what happens after you die, fam? You can't tell me what happens after you die. Therefore, that's it, fam. Man can see through your eyes. You can't tell me what happens after you die.
A lot of religions.
You can't tell me what happens after you die.
A lot of religious systems, a lot of belief systems have a belief on what happens when you die.
Of course,
yeah?
yes. And it's
A belief and the knowledge.
Listen. A lot of spiritual practices, yeah. Listen,
allow that
listen.
system, man. You
A
do
lot of
that, man.
spiritual
Kufar,
practices
bro.
have. Listen,
Kufar,
bro.
You can't
Bro.
get on with this life
A lot
naturally.
of-
You have to be scared into thinking this.
A lot of spiritual
have to be
practices
here now.
have a belief on what happens
We
when
have
you
to be
die.
here now.
He's willingly distracted when I'm spitting.
What do you mean?
realness to him.
You spitting what realness? I'm
Bro,
looking in your face right
no,
now, bro.
but you keep
Speak.
looking away, bro.
Speak.
I'm telling bro,
Speak.
listen.
Go.
A lot of religions.
Relax, man.
I'm not
A lot of
angry. It's
religions.
passion.
Yeah, he's working with the Most High. A lot of. Yeah,
I'm not working with the Most High. I'm not working with the Most High.
Cool.
But Allah
Maybe
subhanahu wa
this is
ta'ala
the problem.
is
Maybe
sufficient
this
for
is the
himself.
problem. Maybe this is the problem.
So
You're
you
not
can
working
work with the Most High.
Yeah?
You can work with the
Maybe
Most
this
High.
is the problem, innit? You're not working with the Most High. So you're not in tune. You're not in tune.
So you and
Yeah?
Allah, so you and
You're-
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is
you're
on the same
working
level.
against yourself,
You
bro.
and the divine are on the same
Did
level.
I say anything about me and the divine being on the same level?
I'm pushing the Most High's
You-
message on this planet,
Bro,
and I'm conveying the
Bro,
message to you.
you're not.
Yeah.
You're not. What you're doing
Verbal
right now
jihad, bro.
is
Fighting
jumping
in the
up
way
and
of Allah
down.
subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yeah,
Verbal.
verbal jihad against yourself.
No,
bro.
against you.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell me what happens after you die, bro.
A spiritual war
You
against
can't tell me
yourself.
what happens after you die, bro.
You're not open. Your
Yes,
mind is
I can.
closed. He's gonna read
I
from a
can.
book.
First you'll get 3 questions. Wait. After Aki.
I take off the hat, man. I'm done with you.
Bro, I'm not telling you.
Wait.
Listen
This
to
guy
the
just
difference.
asked me, wait.
I'm not
Wait,
telling
wait.
you what the fact is
this
of
guy,
what
man.
happens when you die. He's trying to tell us what the fact is.
I can't tell you what the fact is.
But hear what I'm saying.
After you die,
His
you
facts,
get
your
3
facts
questions.
come from a book that
After you
someone
die,
read,
what, you gonna let me speak or not?
and you still can't prove it.
I can prove it to you.
Prove it. What happens when you die?
I can prove it to you.
Prove it then. What happens when you die? Prove it.
Okay, do you know who the prophets are?
Yeah, go on.
You do know who the prophets are? Do you believe in the prophets as prophets?
Prove to me what happens when you die.
Do you believe in the prophets as prophets
No,
of God?
no,
You don't?
no.
Why not?
Why
Because
should
you're
I?
not reading
Why
from the
should
same
I?
book.
Why should I?
Wait, okay. Why should I?
Why should I?
Okay, look. When
Why
some
should I?
wait. Why should you believe in the prophets?
No.
Wait, okay.
Bro,
Are you?
what
This guy's not gonna
happens
let me
when you
speak.
die, bro?
Okay, when you die, yeah, you will die.
Hey, look.
Oh, allow it.
What's his name? What's his name?
I don't know.
Man's always about his women, you know.
More.
Mo! Come here! No, not you, Mo.
Right behind
Not
them.
you, Mo. She came, she thought you called him.
Oh no. The conversation is not going to go anywhere constructive anytime soon.
Anyway,
No,
my
I'm
brother.
speaking to you about the prophets.
Yeah, no, you're speaking to me about what happens when you die.
No, I'm speaking to you about the prophets. Because
What happens when you die?
Wait, oh no, okay, look. I've told you what happens after you die.
You never told me.
Okay, no, if you really want to know what happens after you die, you will die, yeah? 2 angels will come to you and they will ask you 3 questions. Who's your God? Yeah? What's your religion? And who is your prophet? Yeah? After that, you will face a test of the grave. Yeah, and you will wait in the test of the grave up until Judgment Day when you're judged. And after Judgment Day comes, you're obviously Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best, and you will be judged heaven or hell. That's it.
Congratulations for regurgitating something you read in the book. Now, give me some facts.
Look. Okay, look.
Now, give me some facts.
Okay,
now.
look. I've regurgitated this from what I know from the prophets now, yeah?
No.
Wait,
What
listen.
you read?
This
What
is
you
why I
read?
spoke to you about the prophet, and
What you read?
you're just trying to like just
Bro,
see
tell me
past
what
that.
you. Show me some facts.
That's why I
We're
asked you
waiting for
about the
facts.
prophets.
What happens when you die? Give
That's
me a
why-
fact.
A fact.
Give me a fact.
A fact.
Give me a fact.
One fact is you die.
Okay. What happens when you die?
What happens when you die? Okay, when you die, just a few milliseconds before you're taken away from this world, you will see the angel of death for a couple of
Show me the
milliseconds.
fact. Where's the fact?
For a couple of
Where's the fact to that?
milliseconds.
How is that a fact? How is that a fact?
This
Come
is
on.
why, look, when I'm
Simple.
speaking about the prophets, yeah?
Do you know what proof is? Give us some fucking proof, bro. Come on, man.
Outside
Oh,
of
see,
you,
bro, you're
Give us some
ignorant.
proof. I'm not,
And this
bro.
is the ignorance from within. This is
How
the
is it
ignorance.
ignorant?
Ignorance from within. Ignorance from within.
Bro, give me some facts.
Bro, I'm talking to you about the prophets and you're saying, what's the
Bro.
facts? What's the facts?
You went on like you had the fucking, like you was the oracle and
No.
I know what happens
The
when you
prophets
die.
are the prophets.
When we're asking you
I'm
what happens
only
when you
here
die, you're saying,
listening to
oh,
what the
for a
prophets have
millisecond
said.
You see the angel of death.
You understand what I mean?
Where's the facts? You have no facts, and you struggle.
The prophets
and
brought
you,
facts.
And you struggle to
the prophets
understand.
brought facts.
Bro, hear what
You
I'm
struggle to
saying.
understand what the
only
prophets
believe-
messages.
You struggle.
Jedi.
One
I
last
don't
thing I'm
struggle.
gonna say, yeah.
Your reality is subjective, not mine.
Brother, hear what
remember
I'm
that.
saying to you.
Remember
Hear
that.
what I'm saying to you,
Remember
bro,
that.
yeah? You're struggling, yeah, to
I'm not
understand.
struggling. I'm not struggling.
You're struggling to understand. It's all over the place. You're struggling to understand. You're struggling to understand what is your belief and what is fact and proof. Yeah. Now I'm asking you. I never said to you. Can you recite from the Quran what happens? Yeah. I'm telling you to give me proof of what happens when you die, because you said you have it.
Okay.
You only
where is
believe
it?
that your book
Wait,
is
hold
right.
on, let me
This is what he's telling
respond.
you.
Bro, wait, listen, man.
On Sophia's fucking face, I'm gonna get banned from the park. I don't give a fuck. I just
But-
listen. That's a fucking water on her fucking face. She fucking dissing my fucking family. No, man. Fuck that.
Who cares? Who
No,
cares?
fuck
Who
that.
cares?
Let me
Relax.
see.
So what? So what, man? Working with the motion.
No, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about getting banned. I don't give a fuck about getting banned. I didn't see the fucking bringing their man and them trying to bad this.
Why'd you go to her?
No, I was telling her why this.
Oh, was she gonna beat you up?
No, I said to her why this in the prophet.
Yeah.
I said.
Because she wants to.
No, listen, I said.
Yeah, you can't.
She can though.
You can't. Yeah, you have freedom of speech, but you can't disrespect
She can. She can. Yeah, go on. Back up.
No, I said to her. No, I don't care. I said to her, you can't disturb prophet. They said they're gonna bring hooligan man on me.
All right, so go and deal with it then. Come here for.
No, man.
Bro, prove what happens when you die.
No, fuck that. I'm not saying. I'm just saying
I'm
it.
speaking to you about the prophets. But if you don't understand what the prophets
Doesn't mean you can't prove it. It's easy, bro.
Okay, look.
You have a belief.
Okay, okay, let me speak for.
You're allowed to have a belief, you know, bro. No one's listen to me, D. No one is against you for having a belief, bro. Yeah, but you're telling us
let me
what we
respond.
believe is bullshit, and you have
It's just
objective
like-
facts.
yeah,
So
you're-
bring the objective facts.
Look, if somebody, okay, listen to me, my Muslim brothers and sisters, and people that don't really believe in God, listen. If somebody was to say to me, show me heaven and hell, I can't physically right now on this plane show you a heaven and a hell. So that's when it becomes a belief. But I can tell you about heaven and hell and the unseen through what I've given, through the
what you
knowledge,
read.
through
what
the
you
knowledge
read.
the prophets
Through what
have
you
given
read.
to me.
Through what you read. Simple.
And what I've heard.
Don't make it fact.
No, what do you mean?
And what do you mean? Fam, you're just reading something, bro. And you believe it, and you're allowed to. I got beliefs. I got beliefs.
I
yeah?
believe it.
I got beliefs.
I'm ready to
You
die for
understand?
my belief, though.
Bro,
Are you ready to die for your
we'll
belief?
keep going back to what you died for.
If a kuffar was to kill me for what I believe,
man.
stab me right now, I'm ready to die for my
Right,
belief.
that's long, man.
Do
We're having a
Do you fear
conversation.
death? Do you fear death, though? Do you fear death?
Listen, we're having a conversation.
No, but this is what it amounts to, though.
Bro,
go on,
all I asked you was to prove what happens when you die, because you were saying, do you know what happens? If you don't know what happens when you die, then you don't know where. So I'm saying, prove it. And all you've done is read to me.
I can't.
All you've done is recited what you've read.
I can't physically prove.
All right, end the story, so it's subjective.
For
You
now,
can't prove
for
it.
now, but Judgment Day will
Oh,
come
so
and you
it
will
is
be judged.
objective.
No,
That's
because
the-
I can't show you.
your
It's the
belief in
unseen,
Judgment
bro.
Day-
There's a veil. Okay, look, let me tell you humans, right, something right now, yeah? All of us humans, yeah, my brothers and sisters in humanity, and if my Muslim brothers and sisters are listening, I love you for the sake of Allah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. Look, as humans right now, we know, yeah, from the Quran, we have a what? We have a veil over our eyes right now, yeah? And that veil will be taken off and this is the unseen.
Yeah, man.
This is the
And
unseen
you read
we
that.
spoke.
You read that. That's
No,
not a
we've
fact.
been told by the
Yeah,
prophets,
you've been told.
bro. By the
yeah,
prophets,
you've been
bro.
told.
Who did you
can
get
also
information
be,
from?
You'll also be told that you're.
Who did you get your
bro,
information
I'm not
from?
battling you with information. You understand?
But what's
You're the one
information?
presenting information like it's fact and objective. I'm not battling you. I'm battling you with common sense, bro.
No, you're not.
And
No, you're not. What happens after you die?
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, so you don't know. I tell you, I know. So then you have to.
Are we all here? Yeah. This is
Then it becomes objective.
This is what you call cognitive dissonance. Yeah. This is it. This is it.
now, but when you
Because you
die,
can't
it
hear it.
becomes
You don't get
Yes,
it.
yes, yes,
That's fair enough.
You're allowed to believe what you believe. You're allowed to be a Christian, Muslim,
you're
Satanist,
allowed to
and you
believe
believe it.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't mean that what you believe is objective truth, unless you can prove to me something.
Somebody bring me a
Yeah?
Muslim brother. Wait. Will Judgment Day come?
Yes,
For every human being.
for every human
So is it objective or subjective that belief?
It's objective to man.
Okay, say no more. Judgment Day will come and Judgment Day will go. Wagwan.
Am I 10 feet tall? Am I 10
I'm
feet?
telling you.
Yes.
No, but this is a different thing
See?
though.
I'm 10 feet tall. I'm 10 feet tall.
Bottling with jokes.
It's no jokes, bruv. It's reality. It's no jokes. It's reality, fam.
What reality?
Bro, you just called someone else that believes in the same book as you and said, "Bro, what happened?" And he said, "Yeah, and you're like, "Yeah, this is
Bring
true."
a Christian. Bring a Jew. Wait, where's a Christian? Are you a Christian, sister? Oh, who's a Christian? I'm a Christian. Okay, do you believe in Judgment Day? Alright, bro. Hey, who's a Christian?
I can't hear you, bro.
Judgment Day. What you class is Judgment Day?
Read the Malcolm X book.
This is what I don't understand, fam.
For what?
Judgment Day.
For what?
Hey, brother, hey, this Jewish uncle.
Why?
here.
Because he's a black man.
Speak to him.
Because he's a
Wait,
black
hey,
man.
brother.
Because he's a
Are
black
you a
man.
Christian? Do you believe in Judgment Day?
Does that make me black?
Judgment Day. Yeah, you believe it to be true, yeah? But you also have a knowledge through what Isa Islam has told you, yeah? No, so you're disrespecting Jesus then, like?
I'm not gonna lie to you.
What Judgment
I'm
Day
not gonna
will
lie
come,
to you. You can bring a Christian. He can say he believes in Judgment Day, and I'm gonna look at him in his face and tell him that's subjective.
No, but you know why it's subjective?
Because you can't prove it
No,
to me.
because you have ignorance and you
It's
will.
not ignorance,
There's something
bro.
within
I'm
your
not
heart.
ignorant, bro. I'm not ignorant.
Okay,
I think right about now, yeah, you're
no.
displaying ignorance.
I'm
Yeah?
not
And
displaying
then you're pointing a finger.
Bro,
You're
bro,
pointing a finger at me,
No.
bro. I am not shut down anything you believe in. You
I hear you,
know.
of course.
All I've said
Of
is
course,
it's
of
a
course.
belief. Let's keep
Yeah.
it in belief box.
course,
Yeah.
yeah.
When you're talking to us and you're telling us, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't, like you did
Okay,
earlier.
okay.
So I'm like, okay, ooh, here comes a man with some real truth.
No, but
all right, then
yeah,
bring the truth.
Yeah, but
Let's get some facts.
Yeah, but
and
bro,
you're not giving me nothing.
Yeah, but you look. if
I
you
can
can't-
read,
no,
bro. I
listen.
can read. I'm
Yeah,
literate.
okay, look.
I'm literate.
Okay,
I know
okay.
it's surprising
Let me
to
tell you
you,
something, yeah,
but
cool.
I'm literate. I can
Cool.
read.
Cool.
So whatever you've written, I can read.
Okay, no problem.
But whatever
No
whatever I
problem.
write,
No
you
problem.
can read,
I
and vice
no,
versa.
no,
Go on.
Look, since a very young age, yeah, man's been always thinking about like just life, why we here. You understand? Like, look, if you look up, people at home as well, just look up for a moment. If you look up, yeah, you ain't gonna see a body. It's only when you look down and you think, raw, man's actually within something. Like, man's actually within this thing. And like this is the vessel that my soul inhabits. Because don't forget now, regarding our other point, yeah, the soul is what gives us life, yeah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala breathed this into us. You understand what I mean? But bro, the reason why I'm telling you you're ignorant is because you're doing all of this searching. Bro,
Who told you what
you're
searching?
telling me,
What searching?
you're telling me you're searching.
Bro, like stop making
You're telling me
assumptions
you're
about.
searching.
Listen, bro, deep. On a level, yeah. What's my middle name, bro? What's my middle name?
I don't know your name.
How old am I? Where do I live?
I don't know you personally.
Where do I live?
I don't know you
so
personally.
why do you keep talking like you? Listen,
Bro, I'm not
bro,
talking to you
shush.
like I know you.
Listen, you are
This
though.
is the first
You
time
keep-
that me and you have had
exactly,
a
but yet
proper
you've made so
conversation.
many statements here about what Jedi does. You do this, you do that. Now you're
Because
telling
you
me,
think you're
listen,
spiritual done, like
listen,
respect, like this brother that was saying,
bro,
like
listen.
this guy, bro, you know,
Who told you
spirituality
I'm a?
dissected, a man will eat that.
Yo, listen.
Eat that up.
Who told you I think I'm a spiritual don?
Bro, like you were saying to the spiritual guy. Yeah,
Bro, shut up, man.
Bro, what do you mean stay sharp? You was just what?
Hey, bro, you're just chatting shit.
This guy was just here speaking on his spirituality, and you was adhering to what you're saying 100%. You're chatting shit because you live in a subjective reality, bro. My.
It's not deep, shallow mystery.
I'm not shallow, bro. Bro, I'm ready to die for what I believe.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's
Yeah?
good.
What happens after you die, bro?
You don't know.
No, I know.
You don't know. You
What the
believe.
prophets have said.
You believe.
Bro,
We're
you
back.
said you're Muslim, yeah?
Stand up. We're back.
You said you're Muslim, yeah?
Bro, now we're back
So what did the Prophet say about what happens
We
after
are
you
back
die?
360.
Convert to
Yeah?
Christianity.
You don't know what happens
He
after you
says,
die.
he says to me, listen,
You don't
he
know
says
what
to me,
happens after you die.
what happens when you die? I said, I don't know. Do
If
you?
you
He
can't tell
says,
me
yes,
what
I
happens
do.
after
I
you
said,
die,
okay.
I don't want to hear
Prove
no.
it.
You ain't half a.
And then we're back here again.
You don't know
So
about
this is what I'm
reality.
saying.
You don't know
We're
about
going
reality.
round and round and round and round in this
You're going round
spiral.
in circles. Because you're never going to find upon truth if you have ignorance to what the prophets came with.
But don't push me, man. Don't push me. Don't push me. Don't push me. Don't put your hand on me. Don't do that.
He's drunk, man. He's
Don't
drunk.
do that. Drunk or not, no one ain't touching me. Don't put your hand. Don't
Leave him, leave him.
fucking touch me, man.
That's it, that's it, that's it.
Fucking drunk cunts, man. With your murderous little poppy.
You need to stop
Your
drinking,
little murderer poppy on you. I don't give a fuck, man. Yeah, yeah,
ilaha
murderer
illallah Muhammad
poppy.
Rasulullah.
Yes.
Assalamu
Yes.
alaikum, akhi.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum.
Murderer poppy.
Come on,
Yeah,
come on.
murderer poppy. Yeah, that's right. Yes, your poppy. Yes. Yes, your poppy. Your poppy. What are they? War heroes. War heroes. What happens in war? People kill each other.
You know what I just did?
Who were they killing
One
killing
month.
people for?
One bro-
For who?
Oh, yeah.
Who were they killing people for? The government.
The government.
Murderers. Shut up. Yeah, the governments are murderers. The people that go and decide that they're going to go and kill other people, yeah, are murderers.
Yeah.
That's it.
Under their own
But you want to
authority.
call them war heroes. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And you want to wear poppies to remember them.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. That poppy symbolizes murder in other countries.
And the condition
Yeah?
system.
In other countries.
A
That's what it
condition
is.
system, yeah.
That's all it means, isn't it? Colonization. So boom, end of story. Yeah? You can't argue with that. You can't argue with that.
Facts.
If the poppy was to commemorate people that died in their own countries, minding their own business, yeah, then I would be down for that. Like, oh my God, like the Grenfell Green Heart, yeah. These people died in their homes, yeah. So we wear the Grenfell Green Heart in remembrance of them, yeah. They didn't go and fly over to some next country, drop bombs,
Start drilling
get
up the
shot,
place, yeah,
and
yeah.
then get lauded as heroes.
On order sent by the people that are living comfortably in offices.
I know. Unfortunately,
By the people that are giving-
I would have
soldiers are
died.
pawns.
I would have
Soldiers
died
are
rather than going
pawns.
to another country to inflict pain and torture and misery on other human
For a
beings.
pipeline, for a pipeline, for a pipeline.
But I hear what you're
for a
saying, man.
pipeline.
I'm not, sorry if you got family that died in that area, but we got to call a spade, innit? Let me not be horrible to you guys, yeah? So if you know someone that died in World War I or World War II and it's your family member, sorry, innit? But if I had a family member that went to war for this country, that's it. Boom, cut off. Sorry, I don't believe in war either. And I feel like if you're wearing a poppy, we somehow legitimize this whole thing of, oh, they went and they died for their country.
These rulers that you hold inside
That's no
high
good.
regard.
But anyway,
they're
back
noble.
to death.
Yeah, you do.
Back to
No,
death,
you do
innit?
hold them in high
Back to
regard.
death.
You do hold them
We're
in high
waiting for
regard. Well, you hold these leaders in high regard, but I don't. I don't hold nobody in high regard.
My argument is
Allah
separate
SWT.
from his sister. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, see.
Yeah. He's a hero. He's a war hero. He's a hero. Yeah. Great. He should be on money, because money's evil too. He should be on money. And it was all about money anyway. Sorry, mate. Yeah, so anyway, prove death.
Prove death. What do you mean prove death?
Prove death. Prove what happens after death. Yeah, and try not to regurgitate something you read and bring me some facts. Otherwise, we just say, do you know what? You have a deep belief, yeah, in what happens. You've read, you've researched, and according to your belief, this is what happens. Then I'll be like, oh right, interesting. Then we can talk about our beliefs. But if you're telling me that you got fact, then I'm just gonna need the fact straight up.
Okay, now look, we've been speaking for a very long time.
Yep.
And you already know my stance. I claim to be living in an objective reality. Yeah. You just said, yeah, prove what happens after you die. Me, I can't prove anything right now. You understand? But I've been given knowledge from
So there
the
we are,
Prophet.
we finally got there. We finally got there.
No, but from
then.
you.
We finally got there.
I
It's
can't prove
subjective,
anything to
bro.
you. No, objective reality. Judgment Day will come and go. It's objective.
No,
It will become objective when
it's
you
not
die.
objective.
It is objective. So do you believe in Judgment Day? Yes or no?
I don't know.
But
No,
I'm bro.
I don't.
Okay,
I
you
don't.
see-
I
you
don't.
see- okay, you see-
I
wait,
don't.
wait, okay.
I'm gonna say that for the sake of it. I'm just gonna say I don't. Rather than say I do, yeah, I'm just gonna say I don't. Either way, I have no knowledge. If Judgment Day comes, if Judgment Day comes, hopefully I'm prepared for it. Hopefully I'm on the right path for it. But if it doesn't
When you
come,
die, you'll be asked 3 questions, you know.
possible.
Who's your
It's
God?
possible.
Who's your
I'm not ruling it out. But it's an opinion and it's not fact for me. Yeah. So when I'm looking at you saying that, I'm looking at someone that's very subjective. Yeah. That's it. I don't think there's no more argument here on that subject.
Okay, let me just wrap this
Let's
up.
move on to something else.
Look, wait, hold up, bro. Yeah? From a very young age. Wait,
No
bro.
argument.
Hey, bro, wait, listen. From a very young age, yeah.
1 second. I'll be back.
Okay, from a very young. Okay, listen to the audience, yeah. From a very young age. from a very young age, I was thinking to myself, what is reality? Why are we here? What are we here to do? You understand? And from the conclusions that I've come to, I've been Sikh, I've dabbled in a little bit of Hinduism, I've been spiritual, a lot of what people say, yeah? Because if you speak to a Rastafarian, yeah, they won't really speak about the Most High, but they will just say that I'm spiritual. So when you actually start speaking about spirituality, yeah, and about what people have experienced, cool, no problem, no problem. But one thing that's promised in life is death. Class, if you can't tell me what happens after you die, I don't want to hear nothing. You understand? Because what I'm speaking to you from, like I said to everybody here, what I'm speaking about is objective. Class, judgment day will come and judgment day will go. If you can't tell me what happens after you die, I don't want to hear nothing. From a very young age, I don't want to be filmed, you lot, but if you lot want to film me and show your bigoted friends in the community, that's your off to me.
Where's your proof that judgment day is going to come?
My proof, my proof lies with what the prophets came with. That's my proof.
Let me ask you some questions as well. Unrelated to this.
Come take away everything from your humanity.
Come, man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
And basically covered pretty much every possibility that you can come up with. Let's say it exists. What are the outcomes? 90% of the outcomes were horrifying. and the horror isn't in the fact that it's artificially intelligent. It's artificially intelligent built by a human being who must have messed up something. And the example that he used was the paperclip robot. So if I design, like if me and you and we get a whole bunch of intelligent people who design a super intelligent robot to